This week's Tales from the Wrestling History book focuses on the Mae Young Classic tournaments. Will, we are back yet again. We had an enjoyable time recording the Crown Jewel 2019 Tarmac fiasco, and this week's going to be a much more lighter topic compared to that. And it's in my opinion, one of my favorite tournaments WWE ever held. The Mae Young Classic. It's an all-women's tournament to pay tribute to Mae Young, who's one of the greatest to ever do the business.
Oh, she's absolutely one of the greatest to ever do business. In fact, I believe she's the longest reigning women's champion of all time. Although, to be fair,
it's actually the not so fabulous Moolah. She was the one that had the long reign, the 26-year reign. Remember that? Then again, Fabulous Moolah turned out to be not so fabulous, and that's a different topic for a different time. But Mae Young, I mostly remember her for the Attitude Era version of her. Like, the crazy bumps that she took when she was, in her 80s. I don't know. She was a legit tough woman. All the bumps she had, and that powerbomb she took from Bubba Ray Dudley on the stage to the floor through a table. It's crazy how she took that.
Was it her or Moolah that gave birth to a hand?
It was Mae Young. Oh my God! Don't even remind me of that. That was so bad.
Apparently, back in the day, her and Mark Henry had a thing, and she got pregnant and gave birth to a hand. Weirdest storyline in WWE history.
Yeah, it's one of the things WWE kind of wants you to forget about, but for some reason, years later in the PG era, Mae Young's out there with a hand that's grown into an adult. It's so stupid. Remember that? There's this guy dressed up in a hand mannequin or a hand mascot, and he goes, "Hi, I'm Mae Young's son." And I'm like, this is so stupid. So stupid. And yeah, so WWE in 2017, Mae Young actually passed away a few years before the Mae Young Classic was live, but WWE decided to do, this was coming after the Cruiserweight Classic, and they thought, you know what, why not we do an all-women's tournament focusing on female talent, and they named it after the Mae Young Classic. And I gotta tell you, they did two of them, one in 2017 and the other in 2018. And I gotta say, I'm reading a lot of the participants on here. There's a lot of notable names. So I'm going to go ahead and list the names out, Will, and I want you to react to it. Okay, Will? Ready?
Sounds good.
Abby Laith, who is Kimber Lee. You know, the pro wrestler Kimber Lee.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one. Aisha Raymond. I don't remember who that is. Bianca Belair was in this tournament. You know her.
Hall of Famer.
Candice LeRae. She was in
Maybe it. Hall of Famer.
Dakota Kai.
Just got fired.
Yeah, she's a great what if too if she never got hurt. Jazzy Gabbert, who also wrestled as, and I'm looking her up right now, Jazzy B. She's mainly an independent pro wrestler. She was a part of the World Wonder Ring, and I think she's a part of Stardom now. Kairi Sane, you know
awesome.
Her. We also have Kavita Devi, who was trained by the Great Khali. Because Great Khali
she ever amounted to anything.
I don't think she ever amounted to anything, but Great Khali in India was training people, and she was one of them. Kaylee Ray.
She played a pirate, or she was with the pirate in WWE.
No, she's Alba Fire.
Is she?
Yes. She wrestled as Alba Fire. Lacey Evans was in this tournament.
What if?
Well, yeah. We have Marty Belle, Mercedes Martinez. You know her from Ring of Honor. And she was also a part of the Retribution faction, and she knew it was a train wreck that she decided, yeah, I want no part of this. I'm out.
The girl I oftentimes get confused with Raquel.
I don't understand that. That's weird of you, Will. Next, Mia Yim. We all know her now as Michin. I refuse to call her by that name.
She's married to Keith Lee, I believe.
Correct. Miranda Salinas, who originally was not supposed to be in this tournament. Let's see if I test your memory. Who was originally supposed to be in this tournament but couldn't because of injury?
Aaliyah?
Nope.
No, Bianca Belair defeated Aaliyah to get into the tournament.
Correct. That was one of the qualifying matches, but I'll tell you who was originally going to be in that spot. It was originally going to be Tegan Knox, Nixon Newell, but she tore her ACL in a match with Rhea Ripley, if I remember correctly.
I believe she was in it the very next year, though.
I believe so, too. Next, we have Nicole Savoy, Piper Niven, another notable name.
Chelsea Green's Secret Service. Also, she gets underbooked.
I agree.
She deserves better.
And I hated her Dewdrop gimmick. That was awful. You want to know why? Dewdrop was her name. Want to know why they gave her that name? Dewdrop the weight. Thanks, Vince. Thanks, Vince. Princess Sugita, who is wrestling in Mexico right now.
CML or AAA?
Yes, correct. I think CMLL, if I remember correctly. Next, we have Rachel Evers, who is actually the daughter of Paul Ellering. She's currently in Ring of Honor. Rena Gonzalez. And you want to know who she wrestles as today?
Raquel Rodriguez.
Correct. Renee Michelle, who is married to Drake Maverick. Rhea Ripley. Sage Beckett. Yeah, when she was blonde. Sage Beckett, who also wrestled as Rosie Love in TNA. You know, the woman who was the reason why Daphne got those injuries in TNA.
I wonder if they gave her that nickname for the same reason they gave Dewdrop. You know, a lot to love. That
is correct. She was 200. She was overweight at that time. Now in this tournament, she did lose a lot of weight, but she's terrible. I will get to the matches. Next up, Santana Garrett. She's a part of Women's of Wrestling right now. Sarah
Logan.
Logan.
Cup of coffee in the WWE.
She did have a cup of coffee in WWE. Next, Sarah Logan, who was
Valhalla.
Yep. Serena Deeb. Remember her?
She's in AEW.
Yep, she's in AEW. Shayna Baszler. Tayanara Conti, who's now Tayanara Guevara in AEW because she's married to Sammy Guevara. Tessa Blanchard was in this. Ugh. Toni Storm. Vanessa Bourne. Xia Li, who's now wrestling as Li Ying Li in TNA. And Zeda. Those are all the participants that are in the first Mae Young Classic tournament in 2017. Gotta say, a lot of notable names are in this.
Most of them went on to at least have a cup of coffee in the WWE.
Yeah,
a lot of them were in AEW now. Some are in TNA. Some are back on the Indies.
Yep, and some of these names are the biggest stars in the company. Like I said, Rhea Ripley is the name that comes to mind. Bianca Belair is big. Yeah, it's crazy. It really is crazy, the notable names on here. But like I said, Nixon Newell, a.k.a. Tegan Knox, was supposed to be in it, but she had her... she tore her ACL before the tournament.
The shiny wizard.
Yep. Here's something interesting. I even did some deeping, and for alternatives, there's one name that comes to mind that was an alternative. Do you know who that person was?
Was it Aaliyah?
It was Deonna Purrazzo. She was an alternative in the match. Yep. Exactly. And for the broadcast team, Alondra Blaze was the backstage interviewer. They had Dasha Fuentes as the ring announcer. She never went anywhere. Jim Ross, Lita, Lillian Garcia was also a part of this. Jessica Carr, who, if you know her, she was actually one of the first female referees in this entire Mae Young Classic. She was one of the first. So we go into there were a lot of good matches on the show. I want to ask you first, what was your favorite match in the Mae Young Classic, the first one?
Mine was actually a qualifying match. I'm a huge Aaliyah fan, so Bianca Belair and Aaliyah.
Really? You like? I mean, I thought that match was really solid, but golly, there were a ton of matches I liked here. To me, not Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane and Toni Storm in the semifinals was a really good match, and I loved the fact that spoilers, Kairi Sane was the one that won this tournament. That's why she's on the thumbnail, as you can see. Shout out to Cam, you know who you are. You did an amazing job making the thumbnails. Kairi Sane was the one that beat Shayna Baszler in the finals, and I gotta tell you, rewatching this tournament, it's a shame how Shayna Baszler was badly booked when she got into the main roster, because in NXT in the Mae Young Classic, she was a monster.
And then she gets to the main roster, and she's a pushover. It's also a shame Kairi Sane has never held the world championship on the main roster.
Yeah, I think a reason for that had to be Vince, but I think another reason had to be because she left the company. But but she did hold the tag champs with Asuka. They were
the belts.
Yeah, burn the women's tag belts. Do you know who managed the Kabuki Warriors?
Yeah, it was Bayley.
No, it was Paige Saraya. She was the one that managed them when they were the champions. But yeah, there were a lot of good matches here. I think the biggest upset, and the one that shocked me rewatching, and then again now knowing her attitude, Tessa Blanchard losing, and I think the first round it was, that shocked me.
She's never got a look in AEW or WWE, and I doubt she ever will.
Yeah, I just double checked the brackets to be sure. Yeah, Tessa Blanchard got pinned by Kairi Sane in the first match. Look, Tessa Blanchard, great talent, but it's clear that her attitude held her back a lot. And WWE wanted no part of her. AEW didn't even want no part of her. TNA, she's currently employed at TNA, but ever since the whole people speaking up about her attitude, and it doesn't shock me one bit, it sucks too, because I thought this woman was going to face Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania for the title. She was that talented. And I don't know never say never, because WWE and TNA have a working partnership right now, but I don't see her going to WWE unless she's proven herself, and only time will tell, But yeah, Tessa Blanchard, if she only had kept her attitude in check.
Well, she's not going to get a look on WWE while TNA fans are still shouting, she's a racist.
Oh, God, I can't believe that's a legitimate chant that got started in TNA. It's crazy.
And they chant it every time she's out.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, even after so many years of her, she went on hiatus after she left TNA, and it's crazy how many boos she got, and people are still not big fans of her to this day. I mean, she's talented, don't get me wrong, but it's so much baggage. It's not Alberto Del Dipshit level of baggage, but it's like
close.
I don't know if it's close. I mean, Del Dipshit actually kidnapped somebody. I think that's totally different, if you know what I mean.
It's at least Brad Maddox level.
Oh, well, the crazy we're getting off topic here, but Brad Maddox, you want to know why he got fired?
Because he's an idiot?
No, it's because he basically said the word cocky pricks while he was on the mic. Vince was so angry with him, he fired him on the spot. Vince. But yeah, the Mae Young Classic was a real success. A lot of fun matches, a lot of notable names, and with how great of a tournament it was, I think them doing it in 2018 was the smart move. And
absolutely.
Oh yeah, it was really, really good. And the first Mae Young was held in Nassau Coliseum 2018. That's where it also was held at, even though there were some tapings that happened in Full Sail. They decided to do it in 2018. It sucks I couldn't go to no, I apologize. The first one was actually held in the Thomas and Mack Center in Nevada in Full Sail. My mistake there. I couldn't go to the 2018 one because at the time I was going to college and I was focusing more on my studies and, stay in school, kids. But yeah, they held it again, and there were a lot of notable names in this too. You want me to go through the list of names?
Yeah, the names aren't as big, but there's still a lot of notable names.
Yep, here we go. We have Ariel Monroe, who wrestled as Big Swole in AEW and is currently married to Cedric Alexander. Big Swole's another interesting one because she did not leave AEW on the best of terms. But that's a story.
Sienna was also in it.
Yep. Allison Kay. She's now in the NWA. Ashley Rand, who's now Madison Rand, works with AEW. Deonna Purrazzo was also in this one this year. Hiroto Matsumoto, who is in Japan. We have Io Shirai, who's now Io Sky in WWE. And is the WWE Women's Champion right now, as of this recording. Isla Dawn. Jessica Elaban. Jenny, who, oh, by the way, is married to Gunther. And she's another what if, too, because I think she retired because of the concussion she suffered. Casey Catanzaro, who wrestled as Katana Chance as well, and is currently a free agent. Caitlyn. Yeah, Caitlyn from the 2010-2014 version. Caitlyn, who, by the way, looks like a mess from all the recent photos and videos I've seen of her. Caitlyn returned for this tournament. Karen Q, who, you know who she wrestles as right now? This is a hint.
Wendy Chu.
Yeah, Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu. Kavita Dali, or as she was in this, Kavita Devi. She wrestled in this tournament as well. Killer Kelly. Killer Kelly was in this. She's now in TNA. Lacey Lane, who wrestled as Caden Carter in WWE. MJ Jenkins. Miko Satomura, who just recently retired. Mercedes Martinez was in this again. Mia Yim was also in this again. Nicole Matthews, who was also wrestled in this. Priscilla Kelly wrestled in this tournament. She wrestled in WWE as Gigi Dolan. Now she's a free agent. And if I were to guess, I think she's going to TNA with Zachary Wentz working there. And I think both of them they're either engaged to be married or they're married already. Rachel Evers, Rachel Ellering. Raquel Rodriguez was in this. She was wrestling as Rena Gonzalez. Rhea Ripley was in this again. Ty Conti. Tegan Knox wrestled in this again. She was in this automatically because of her injury. Toni Storm. Vanessa Craven. Xia Brookside, who wrestled in WWE, and she's currently in TNA. Xia Li. Satara. And Zeus. I don't know. She's now in CMLL right now. So those are the notable.
Didn't Mercedes Moné just take her title?
Yes. That is correct. And you, my friend, get a treat. No, I'm kidding. No, we actually saw that match on, I think we streamed that show as well. For the broadcast team, we had Beth Phoenix, who actually did commentating. Beth Phoenix, very good at commentating. She was the color commentator for the show. She did a solid job with Renee Young and Michael Cole. Kathy Kelly was the backstage interviewer. Kayla Braxton was the ring announcer. And we have Sarah Schreiber, who is the backstage interviewer.
Who also worked in WWE for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Well, she was in WWE for a minute.
Go ahead. Phoenix is part of a dream match I always want to see, but I doubt we will.
What do you want to see match-wise with Beth Phoenix?
Her and Rhea Ripley, Hell in a Cell.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't think we're ever going to see it. I mean, that depends, but that would be such a fun match.
Or her, Rhea, and Raquel in a triple threat.
Yeah. You want to know something fascinating about Beth Phoenix? This is a fact I know because I went to college there to get my master's degree. Beth Phoenix actually went to Canisius College, which is where I got my master's degree.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Canisius, yeah.
That's not how we say it in the Midwest.
That's not how you say it?
We call it kinesis.
Oh, I call it Canisius. Wow, I didn't know you guys said it differently. Now,
he's also married to Edge and has like 3 kids.
Yep. I was about to say that. And I remember them both going back into the ring for their final matches. She still got it. She really does.
The glam is on. She was retired by then, I believe.
Yep. All right, let's get into the brackets. So I'll ask the same question for you. What was your favorite match in this?
I was working a whole lot of overtime that year, so I didn't actually get to watch much of that tournament.
Really? You didn't get to watch much of that tournament?
Nope.
Wow. By the way, the finals of the Mae Young Classic happened during the WWE Evolution pay-per-view.
I vaguely remember that pay-per-view. We're going to cover it next week because in a couple of weeks will be Evolution 2.
How come you spoil stuff every week, dang it? Nah, I'm just joking with you. Yeah, spoiler, next week we'll cover Evolution, but I really did love this tournament. My favorite match, like Miko Satomura, who's really talented, even though she just retired, she really shined in this. Mia Yim was great. Toni Storm, though, would win the entire thing, but I still think the best match of this was Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai or Io Sky. Those two know how to put on a good match, and they did so well in this Mae Young Classic in 2018.
I do remember Madison Rayne and Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez got the pin.
Correct.
I don't remember Rachel Evers, like, at all.
Rachel Evers is the daughter of Paul Ellering.
Casey Costanzo beat Raquel.
Correct. I will say something, too. I originally, when I predicted this, I went back to my old notes here. I always would write down old notes with matches on here of who I thought was going to win. I originally predicted that Tegan Knox would win the entire thing because of her injury, and she did get wins. She beat Zatura, Nicole Matthews, but when she got to Rhea Ripley, I knew it was all over. I knew it was all over.
Rhea knocked her out.
Yeah, it was like a 3-minute match, if I remember correctly.
I remember the championship was Io versus Toni.
Yep.
It was a 10-minute match, nice, short, quick.
The finals, and that happened during the WWE Evolution pay-per-view. I thought it was a good match. I love the Evolution show, and I'm glad Evolution is returning in 2025. But I still think that Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai was my favorite match of this show. And I find it interesting, too. Like, I'm looking at the aftermath of the show. There were plenty of other talents that impressed here. I mean, like, they all got chances in WWE. Like Mia Yim's, she signed to a contract at NXT in 2018 after this, if I remember correctly. Karen Q signed a developmental deal. Mercedes Martinez. I remember her in WWE. She was a part of the Retribution faction, and she knew it was like, I don't want to be a part of this.
And she was soon gone.
Yeah, exactly. Gigi Dolan, who was a part of this, she was Priscilla Kelly. I was a little surprised they had Deonna Purrazzo beat her in the first round, but Deonna Purrazzo was signed to WWE, and Priscilla Kelly, who's now Gigi Dolan, wasn't. So they wanted to be safe with her. But I got to be honest with you, I rewatched the Caitlyn match. Caitlyn had a match with Kavita Devi and eventually Mia Yim. I don't think it was any good. Like, I'm not a Caitlyn guy. I respect what she did in the ring earlier, but I didn't think her Mae Young Classic matches were all that great.
Whatever happened to Devi?
Oh, boy. I believe she was signed to a developmental contract, but they released her as a part of one of those big budget cuts in 2021. but I can't remember a single thing she did except for the Mae Young Classic in WWE.
Wonder if she wrestles anywhere now.
I'm looking it up on Bing right now. No, she isn't. She isn't. Which is a shame too, because she got a ton of hype for both of the Mae Young Classic tournaments.
Guess it just wasn't meant to be.
No, it wasn't. I always wonder with the Mae Young. I really wish they did a Mae Young Classic in the next year. Every year they would do one of these, but in like 2019, there were so many shows going on. They didn't have enough time to plug it in the Mae Young Classic again, which is a little bit of a shame because I loved both of the two tournaments. Like I said earlier, Kairi Sane won the first one. And the second one was won by Toni Storm, who is the best women's wrestler on the planet today. And I hated how her WWE run occurred and ended because she was so talented. And the fact that Vince McMahon didn't see anything in her and tried to mock her by throwing a pie in her face with the whole Charlotte Flair feud, Toni Storm was so pissed that she walked out of the company. She bought her own ticket and she left.
And now she's the best in the world.
Oh, abso-freaking-lutely. And I don't think it's even close. Like when people say, "Oh, you're just saying that because you're an AEW," mark. No, I'm just saying that I'm a professional wrestling fan. You know, like I think she's great. And I remembered. I'm looking this up right now when Toni Storm was talking about her like departure. She basically said that she woke up having no idea. Like when she got there, she knew she was going to quit. Like they didn't care, so why should I? Why don't I go somewhere else to show my craft to a company that cares? And she hated the fact that you can't even say wrestling in that company. Like her whole purpose was to go to WWE, but over time she realized like it's pro wrestling that I love, not a company. So that's why she left WWE. And I think she made the right choice because she is so much better utilized in AEW than she was on the main roster.
Like we talk about every Wednesday night, AEW is a pro wrestling company. WWE is a sports entertainment company.
Absolutely. 1,000% agree. And I mean, I really wish that the Mae Young Classic tournament would return. Do you think that it would return to WWE in the future?
No. Now that they got Evolve in LFG.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, with LFG and Evolve, like they're trying to make that work. And I tried with Evolve. It's just so boring. I'm sorry. It's too boring. And LFG is terrible. Like it's too scripted and I don't like it. But never say never. Never say never, but for what we got with those Mae Young Classic tournament shows, I enjoyed every single bit of it, and I hope it one day returns.
Yeah, they were great. Hope.
Oh, well, looks like Will's internet is dying. So I'll just continue here by saying I think that the Mae Young Classic is such an enjoyable time. I'm very happy with what we got show-wise, and I'm just going to go ahead and conclude by saying this with the Mae Young Classic. It's fun while it lasted. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I just wish we got more of it. Will, what were you about to say?
I said in a couple of weeks I'd like to talk about Tough Enough. In fact, the guy that won the first Tough Enough never amounted to a damn thing.
Was that Matt Cappotelli?
Yep.
Well, Matt Cappotelli, I think at the time had cancer when he was diagnosed in WWE, if I remember correctly.
Hopefully you enjoyed our video about the Mae Young Classic. Hopefully it comes back one day.
Yep, I do agree. I was about to say, I enjoyed it. It was very fun. We hope that you enjoyed this tale from the Wrestling History Book where we talked about the Mae Young Classic. We'll definitely be back recording another one. Like Will said, next week's episode is going to be on the first ever Evolution pay-per-view. So not only are we doing one of the first ever women's tournaments that was ever done in WWE, now we're going to do the first all women's pay-per-view of all time in Evolution. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell down below. Check out all of our pro wrestling content on stadiumrant.com. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Acknowledge us.